Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm at the Royal Ordnance Depot, Weedon Bec, Northamptonshire, and believe it or not, there is a canal connection. Let's find out what connection these buildings behind me have with the canal network. The depot was established in the early 1800s in response to a threat of invasion by the French. It was centrally located as far away from the coast as possible and had good transport links, particularly to the gunpowder mills on the River Thames and the principal arsenal at Woolwich, also to Birmingham, where gun parts were made. The Grand Union Canal had reached Weedon in 1796, and by 1806 the wharf and canal spur into the depot had been completed, with a turning basin halfway along the storehouses. Behind me is where the arm to the Royal Ordnance Depot branched off the Grand Union Canal. Behind me is where the arm to the Royal Ordnance Depot branched off the Grand Union Canal. It is now at the end of a cul-de-sac of modern houses. This water feature is symbolic of the route of the canal. You can just about see water beneath the railway bridge. The wharf is on the other side. The original site was 53 acres, about 21 hectares, but later extended to 150 acres, which is about 60 hectares. It comprised a storehouse enclosure with 4 stores on each side of a canal running through the site, 4 double magazines separated by blast houses, which were at some distance from the storehouse enclosure for safety purposes. By 1812, the site was protected by an enclosing wall with cornier bastions and gated entrances. By 1814, the site was complete and included 2 arched lodges, one either end, known as the East and West Lodges. Portcullises prevented access via the canal. The depot played a crucial role during the Crimean War, Boer War and 2 World Wars. New buildings were added during the First World War, one just for army boots. Barracks were built to the north of the site, these being demolished in 1955. A development known as the Pavilion housed senior officials in 5 connected dwellings. These were demolished in the 1970s to make way for a housing estate. We're now in the middle of the store enclosure, looking back towards East Lodge. Behind this position is the turning basin, where boats could be turned around. The Royal Army Ordnance Corps vacated the depot in 1965. Following which it was used by the Ministry of Supply, and in the 1980s was sold into private hands, now being used for stores, workshops, retail and motor trade use. The buildings and perimeter wall are Grade 2 star listed. Fire was always a serious concern, so the depot had its own fire brigade right from the outset, until 1964 when disbanded. It was hoped that a museum would be established here to house the National Fire Service's collection, and whilst exhibits were stored here for a period, nothing came of it. Having closed in 1965 or thereabouts, the depot remained vacant for many years, and eventually the site was purchased, part for redevelopment for industrial and residential, and the rest of it has been let in small industrial units. There's a bookshop, there's now a new visitor centre here. Let's take a look inside. The canal was superseded by a connecting link from the London, Midland and Scottish Railway, which brought railway sidings right into the heart of the depot and extended right through the site up to the magazines. I've just found a bit of the former railway track embedded beneath the asphalt. In fact, if we take a look down the road, we can see the outline of it quite clearly. This is the clothing store that was added during the Boer War. The canal runs immediately alongside. The building behind me is the Eastern Gatehouse and was known as Building 90. It is now the new visitor centre, which opened a couple of months ago. I was told there had been an explosion in this building in the 1950s, and nothing had been done to it since. Let's take a general look around at other parts of the site. Note the different styles of numbering. I hope you enjoyed this look around the Royal Ordnance Depot, and thank you for watching.